Hi there, today I'll teach you how to book a Flixbus ticket and what that experience is like. Welcome to the channel. My name is Dani Walker. I'm a content creator who works remotely and creates travel vlogs. For more tips on travel or travel vlogs, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notifications bell. The first time I took a Flixbus was in Krakow, Poland, and I was very nervous about this, so I want to give you some reassurances and show you how easy this is to do. My first piece of advice is to download the Flixbus app. This is very easy to do, and I suggest this because I think it's easier than working from a desktop version, and the app has some great features that I think you could find useful. After you've downloaded the application, if it already doesn't open up, you can click the lower left tab for booking. Select your from destination and then select where you want to go. After this, you'll select your departure date. You have two options. You can book a round trip ticket or you can book a one-way ticket. If you want to book a one-way ticket, then leave the space empty for your return date. Then select the number of passengers that you are purchasing tickets for. After this, click search and then you'll see a list of available buses for your destination. One thing to pay attention to is to see if your bus has a transfer, which just means you will be exiting one bus, stopping at another bus stop, and then getting onto another bus to reach your final destination. If that's something that you don't feel comfortable doing, then I highly suggest booking a direct ticket so that you have no transfers and you can avoid any stress so you aren't worried if you're going to get lost or miss your bus. The one downside to a direct ticket though is that usually they're going to be more expensive than a ticket that requires you to transfer buses. After you've selected the trip that you want to take, you're going to fill out a little bit of basic information on the checkout page. They will ask for your email address and your first and last name. And then you're gonna have a few extra booking options. In section number 2, you may also see an option for seat reservation. If this is available, you may be able to choose the seat that you want to sit in. There are some low-priced upgrade options, or you can even book the ticket next to you so that you can have the entire row to yourself if that's available. Section number 2 of checkout will ask you about extras. And the first thing that they're going to want to know is if you want to add on baggage. If you've taken flights before, you're probably familiar with a personal item and a carry-on bag that you can take on flights. And this is similar to what you'll experience through booking a Flixbus ticket. So every passenger can bring a personal item like a backpack or a purse that's going to fit in front of them under the seat. And then you can bring a carry-on bag, and this will be stored on the sides or below the bus. But if you have a third piece of luggage or oversized luggage, then there will be a fee for that, and that's what this section is for on the checkout page. There's also an extra fee option here that you can click to offset your CO2 footprint. And then the last option in section number 2 is, would you like to receive text notifications about your bus? Section number 3 is where you're going to put in your payment information. You can pay with card, Apple Pay, or there are some other options there as well. You just click additional payment options to see what those are and choose the one that is best for you. There's also an option to receive an invoice if this is going to be something that you plan to expense for business. The two final steps are toggling on the privacy policy notification that you read that, and then the last one is just to pay securely. After you click pay securely, you should receive an email notification with information for downloading your e-ticket. But this is why I prefer using the app, because you don't have to worry about that email. You'll have access to your ticket inside of the app, and you can even add that ticket to your Apple Wallet. As an extra precaution, I always like to take a screenshot of my ticket as well. Have that on hand in my camera roll just in case there were any issues with the app and I wasn't able to open it and access my ticket. That's all you need to know to book your ticket, but I'm going to share about my experience with Flixbus and what was that first time taking a bus like out of Krakow, Poland. So after I had my ticket, I went to the bus station and I felt a little bit overwhelmed because I saw a big board with lots of information about so many different buses and I could not find my bus. So here is the important bit of information that you are going to see on your bus ticket. There will be a bus line number on that ticket ticket, and you can use that to find information about your bus, such as delays or if it got canceled. And so that's a really important number to pay attention to. But that's another reason why I like the app so much, because the app actually gives you those types of updates. They'll let you know if your bus has been delayed or something happened. And the other great thing about this app is that you can actually track your bus. It's going to tell you how long until your bus arrives. It'll let you know how long until you get to your destination or how long till you get to your transfer. So there's extra information in that app that I found really helpful. Going back to arriving at the bus stop, if you want to get updates on your bus and you can't find them, there should be an information help desk. That's what I did. I went to the information help desk and I asked where my bus would be arriving. It's very important that you know the bus platform that your bus is going to arrive in so you can be there and you can be ready. That wasn't clear to me because I couldn't find my bus information yet on the board. So asking for help at the help desk was very useful, and I was able to get that information in less than 30 seconds simply by showing my bus number. There's a couple other things I want to share for my first time bus riders about the bus stop. When I got there, I learned that it cost a small fee to use the restroom there, which was less than $1 US. They also had some vending machines with light foods and snacks. The particular bus station that I was at had a small restaurant or a cafe where you can also get a quick bite to eat, so that was really useful. After I found out my bus platform number, it was very easy. I sat out there, I waited for my bus to arrive, and in order to confirm that I was getting on the correct bus, I just looked at my bus line number, which might be something like 1875, and then on the front of the bus, you should see posted that corresponding number 1875, so you know that is your bus. After that, I got my ticket scanned, I put my excess luggage underneath the bus, and then I got on the bus. The bus ride that I took was a little under 3 hours, so it wasn't an exceptionally long trip. There are restrooms on the bus if you are wondering that, because that is something that I was wondering, and the restrooms are similar to ones that you would experience on an airplane. That's the best way that I can describe them. Personally, I didn't think that they were exceptionally gross, but was it the nicest bathroom I've ever been in? No, of course not. It's a bathroom on a bus, so manage your expectations. The other great thing though about Flixbuses is that Wi-Fi is available for free. You can log on to this, but I will say that the connection isn't that great, also depending on where you're traveling to. So I had Wi-Fi, but it was a little spotty throughout my trip. Another thing that I learned on my second bus ride actually was where the outlets were on the bus. I couldn't find one on my first trip and I felt embarrassed asking the person next to me. So what I discovered is that the rows of the seats are in twos and there's one outlet per 2 seats, and that outlet is located between the 2 seats, and it's a little tricky to find. I had to dip my head below the seat to actually find it and be able to plug in my device. So that's something that you might have to share with the person next to you, unless you of course buy out that seat beside you and you have the row to yourself. The buses that I took on Flix were relatively new and updated. They looked and felt pretty clean. Of course, if you want to take extra precautions, you can always take your own hand sanitizer or sanitizing towelettes with you. In terms of comfort, I thought that the seats on the bus were a lot more comfortable than most airline seats, so I was fine with that. Also, I always like to travel with a neck pillow, some earplugs, and my sleep mask, so I just took a nice long nap on my ride. Those are the main things that you should know when you're booking a bus ticket, but if you have any other questions about my experience with this, then please feel free to leave those questions in the comments below. I appreciate you clicking on this video, and I hope that you've chosen to subscribe and hit the notifications so that you can learn some more travel tips and come along with me on all my travel vlogs.